40 insanely smart things pets did, according to Reddit. Number 40. I have a wireless shock collar fence for my dogs. My oldest dog sits just close enough to the fence to hear the audible alarm, but never gets shocked. She does this to run the battery down so she can go exploring when we let her out at night. She's done this several times and doesn't come back until morning. We use 3 to 4 times more batteries in her collar than my other 2 mutts. Wow. Hello to Jesus. Hello to the Cooking Mama. Hello to Stripes. Hello to Chase. And hello to Redra in the stream chat. Here's hoping you guys are having an interesting evening. And it gets even better as we continue. We reached number 39 on the list of 40 insanely smart things people did. You know, I consider people animals, so it works for me. My dog was kind of just trotting alongside me when he got an itch on his butt. Without stopping his run, he reached his head all the way back and starts nibbling the itchy spot. So for about 10 paces, his back feet were running forward and his front feet were running backward. What? Okay. You know, your dogs are talented, I suppose. But I guess if you could nibble on your ass, you'd try to find new and exciting ways to do that, huh? Number 38. Our lovely girl Daisy had to have a pill every day for her heart condition. She caught on that we waited for her to swallow it. So she started pretending to swallow it and then spat it out when we weren't looking. We called her our little con artist, Kitty. Haha. And Sweet Sky figured out how to open the fridge. I didn't know until I noticed the cheese had bite marks on it one day. I had to get him one of those child-proof latches. Our clever girls both passed away too young. I miss them. Oh, pets, 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 pets. This is going to be an interesting little list. I can taste it. So we continue to number 37. One of my animals faked a paw injury so that I'd carry him around the house. Nice. Somebody responds, one of my cats used to fake a limp. Everyone was utterly convinced it was real, but I caught him. He was charging up the stairs full tilt, then he saw me, and limp, limp. I'm on to you, cat. Wow. What a bastard cat. Number 36. I actually have a story for this. I taught my dog to play hide and seek. I made him sit in the kitchen while I hid a rawhide somewhere in the house. He would then search for it until he found it and then bring it back to me. I would then tell him to hide it and he would. One day I was searching for the damn rawhide for like 10 minutes and could not find it. I searched everywhere. Eventually I had to give up, totally confused. The next morning I opened the dresser drawer to get a pair of shorts and there it is. He saw a slightly cracked drawer, opened it, dropped it in, and closed it. And outsmarted a human. I was very proud. Your dog outsmarted you, baby. Uh-oh. Let's keep going. Number 35. My cat pooped in our toilet once. He didn't flush, though. Not that smart, is he? You know what I mean? Someone responds, there's actually a lot of people that train their cats to use the toilet rather than a little litter box. And there's tons of info on the web about it. I bet there's tons of info on the web about all sorts of ridiculous things. Number 34. Not sure if this counts here, but we have a painting in our living room that was painted by a good friend of my mom. My cat never actually acknowledged the painting up until the day that the person who painted it passed away. On the day that we heard of the passing, my cat would constantly stare at the painting, which it never did. And I find it creepy. You know, unexpected creepy in this list all of a sudden. You know what I'm talking about? Get me organic meditations, bro. I had a party at my house a few weeks ago. God damn it, that's not the fucking raw MP3, that's me dubbed over it. Do I even have the raw MP3 anymore? Swear to God on this damn computer. Why would it save as the original name? It's not there. Organic 3 Kevin. Just give me the monkey paw. I gotta scroll down this hard to find this guy. Let me try this again. Okay. You're killing me. You guys are killing me. There it is. Give me that download. Wow, 6 seconds, bro. What are you doing to me? Got it. Alrighty. Well, number 33. I had friends around, and one of them brought fudge. Cats were interested, but got chased off it a couple of times. They wait for attention to shift to something else, and the little cat goes into the middle of the group of friends. He acts all cute, causes a distraction, while the bigger cat gets on the table, knocks down all the fudge. Little cat quietly moves on and then joins her brother eating the fudge. Proper teamwork that not only used their individual strengths, but exploited our weaknesses. Impressed. Bing bang. Jesus says it's also on YouTube, on iTunes, Kyle. What is Kevin's song? All of his shit's available on his main site, which I recommend you all go to when you're looking for music that's royalty free. Just credit the guy and the credits or whatever you're making happen. Kevin's an amazing man. Aw, damn. Number 32. My cat faked a limp after falling out of a window. It was a big fall, about 5 stories. She did sprain her paw, but my mom witnessed her sprinting normally and then switching to a limp when I walked in. Cats are bastards. Somebody else says she might not even be faking. Animals, especially cats, tend to hide injuries. Sometimes they will let their guard down in front of people they're especially close to, so it seems like they're faking. Number 31. So I have this cat, Chairman Meow. He had to go live at my parents' because I was in the Navy and my ship was deploying, and they started letting him go out and come in as he pleased, which I was totally in favor for. He was getting chubby as an apartment cat. Then my mom started to notice something weird. Now, for context, she's in her 60s and had just retired. My dad was still working for another year or two, with me and my brother grown and moved out. Whoa. With me and my brother grown and moved out, there was a lot of time home alone for her. What she noticed is that sometimes she'd let the cat out, then 10 minutes later he'd walk back inside. She started worrying that she was having blackouts or suffering from something like early onset, or suffering from something with early onset in the name. It was happening often enough that she started keeping paper logs. Then, one day, she went down to the finished basement for the first time in a while and stepped into a horror film. Like I said, my brother and I moved out and the basement was carpeted, but was mostly being used to store stuff, including apparently blood. Lots of blood. Staining the carpet, dripping down the wall, in the ceiling. She found a pile of entrails. It turns out what was happening was the cat had gotten up in the suspended ceiling and found a loose brick in the foundation. He'd worked it loose. Being a cat, he still demanded humans serve him by opening the door, but he could go in and out as he pleased. As he was bringing his trophies back into the apartment, the entrails I mentioned, on closer inspection, it was a rabbit, or half of a rabbit. And that's how my cat made my mom think she was losing her mind. Up in here? losing your mind. Ooh, I'm losing my mind. Losing my mind. The Legionelle says, finally, I catch a Kyle stream. These happen at the same time every day, my dudes. So here's hoping you guys maybe are just busy or something. But don't let it ever be that you're confused about what time it starts. Because typically I'm a little late, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. But at around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when you can expect me to stream. And tonight's the list of 40 insanely smart things that pets did. Wow. Number 30. My cat would not get up from my godfather's chest. Sorry. It's funny I said godfather because my brain wanted to read grandfather, but it says godfather. So that came out godfather. We're going to do that again. My cat would not get up from my godfather's chest 2 to 3 months before he died from breast cancer. Ooh. Holy crap. Holy balls. Number 29. Not my dog, but my neighbor's dog. He is old and frail and neglects the dog, even though he gave him a place to stay. He used to be a stray. He knows he won't get much food from his owner, if any, so he usually spends his days roaming the neighborhood and going from house to house. He knows specifically which neighbor will give him food and knows the precise time we all finished lunch. He used to frequent my grandmother's house, waiting patiently at the front door for leftovers. The most intelligent part, though, is his ability to sneak outside his fenced yard, and no one knows how. Even with the gates closed, he would suddenly disappear outside or inside, and once I watched him closely as he was walking home to make sure I could see him. However, suddenly he stopped, looked at me, never breaking eye contact. I had to sneeze, and by the time I looked back at him, 3 fucking seconds, he was back in his yard. The fucker was clever to take the opportunity. He also is aware of the concept of traffic lights and pedestrian crosses over roads, as I've witnessed him multiple times waiting patiently for his light to turn green so he could pass the street, and knows how to look for cars anytime he has to cross on an unmarked area. Huh. Strange. Number 28. Not a pet, but I recall as a kid we were playing treasure hunts. The clue had me in an area with a phone box and a few bushes. There was a cute black and white cat nearby, and for the crayak, I asked the cat. Okay. Where's the next clue? And no word. The cat looked at the bush and appeared to nod towards it. I checked the bush, and indeed there was the next clue. That cat has lived in my memory for around 20 years now. Interesting shit. Interesting shit. Queen is in the stream chat. How interesting of her. She says she's tired. Here's hoping she gets the rest that she deserves. Lord Paris says, Kyle, today I was listening to one of your lists, and I swear I had such a good time listening that my work started feeling like a hobby. Well, damn, homie. I'm glad that it has a place for you. I appreciate you. Zombie Doll is here. Hello, Zombie Doll. Kotala says, hey. Hazel says, Kyle, do you like animals? Of course I like animals, man. You think I'm some kind of puppy kicker? Some kind of mustache twiddling evildoer? Nah, man. Animals are fine by me. And much like many of you who don't yet have kids, I don't like little kids. You know what I'm talking about? Babies are fine as long as they ain't mine. But kids, that'll cost you a dime. You know what I mean? What does that mean? Number 27. My cat was sitting on the front porch, stunning herself one day. That's not what that says. My cat was sitting on the front porch, sunning herself one day. Sunning herself. That's why my brain rejected it. It's not something that I read every day. My dad walks outside to do some yard work. He tells her to make herself useful and go catch a mouse or something, and walks off. My mom confirmed that she heard my dad say this through the open window near the porch. A short while later, my dad is passing through the front yard and sees the cat laying in the grass with her front legs outstretched in front of her. Upon closer inspection, she's got something clamped between her front paws. It was a mouse. Ooh. Yo, that mouse, son, was just following orders, baby. Wait, the cat. No. Oh, no. What if the cat and the mouse are in cahoots? And he was just going, hey, man, come over here. This guy's going to be freaked out. He's going to be like, oh, my God. Number 26. My brother's cat will look at you through a mirror and watch you. Yes, he is looking. I tested him by pretending to throw a cushion at him, and he ducked. He can also recircumcise. He can also recognize himself in the mirror. He also enjoys watching you shower through the mirror. The cat is obsessed and freaky with mirrors. Here is a picture of Seymour. This little cat looks like he enjoys unforgettable luncheons. What an unfunny joke you have just made, Kyle. It's funny. It's just it's stupid. Number 25. My cat opens doors. Wow. She understands that turning the knob unlatches the door. It takes her a few tries, but she does it all the time now, getting into my office where she isn't allowed. And I have also found her cat toy stash. I have no idea why, but she hides her favorite toys in a few caches around my apartment. Well, there you go. Number 24. My dog once started barking at the door, like someone was about to knock or come in while I was eating. I got up to see who was there, and it was no one. I went back, and some of my food was on the ground, being shared by the dog and two cats. I think one of the cats knocked some off, so they were working together as a team to steal my food. Bruh. Number 23. I had a budgie. Basil. He was cool. He would always sit on my lap, shoulder, and sleep. Wait, you just injected lap there. Man, my brain really does get ahead of me trying to complete sentences and only glancing at this shit. What do you want from me, man? I've been doing this too long. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Anyway, he would always sit on my shoulder and sleep while watching TV. If ever my flatmate and I were chilling on the couch, he would fly from her or me to her, land on her shoulder, do a shit, and then fly back to me. Do a shit? No. Basil never liked Claire much. I don't like that spelling for the name Claire. That seems like such a random and out of nowhere comment, but it's just the true. Why are you spelling your name C-L-A-R-E? That sounds so weird. Like you're a tool. Claire. Spell it with the I. Spell it with the I. I don't like that spelling of Claire. I hope we don't have anybody who listens to these videos that's named Claire and spells their name like that. And it's like, you don't like my name, Claire? I can't help my name. People don't get to choose what they're named. Yes, they do, past a certain point. Not that you should change your name just because it's a name that I like, but not the specific spelling. I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one. But some people might just say that I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy. Number 22. My dad has always had problems with throwing his back out, and it usually makes him unable to move for several weeks. Sorry, I was like trying to turn on the music. I don't know if it's too loud. It's probably all right. Well, what the hell? Anyways, one time when he threw out his back, my dog grabbed a blanket in her mouth and slowly spread it over my dad while he was sleeping. We were all amazed and gave her a treat. That's amazing. Wow. I do like the idea. We flew through this list pretty quick because we're pretty much on the remaining 20. Number 21, if I called my girlfriend at around 9 p.m. on a Friday, my dog would always get excited and head to the truck. I was stationed in Shanghai for about a year, but lived for years in Thailand with my girlfriend and my dog. Whenever I had a long weekend, I'd fly back to Thailand. My dog quickly picked up on the idea that whenever my girlfriend switched from speaking Thai to English, she was talking to me. I would call her when I arrived at the airport on a Friday evening, as it was only about 15 minutes from our home, and she'd pick me up. My dog was able to put this whole scenario together and went apeshit whenever I called on a Friday evening, and he would immediately head for the truck to go pick me up. When I would call her at others' house, When I would call her at other hours of the day,
slowing down list via donation.
Redra said they slowing down the list via a donation. That's so smart for a pet. I'm kidding. That's rude. I'm just teasing. I love you. You know, I appreciate you. But it's super effective, I suppose. Otherwise, I wouldn't have deviated from where I was going. A quick thought, if you're interested. Doesn't having a girlfriend ruin the idea of going to Thailand? You see what I did there? Do any of y'all know about Thailand? You probably do not. Baby, Thailand. You're gonna need a lot of condoms, baby. I'm kidding. Don't be, it's not safe. Thailand is not safe, okay? I'm not saying it's like super like dangerous or anything. I just think, ooh, you know, like what you gonna put on 3 condoms? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. I would call her when I arrived from the airport that evening. Bing bong. My dog was able to put the whole scenario together. And when I would call her at other hours of the day, he would look at her like he knew who she was talking to, but he knew that it didn't mean that I was coming home. Interesting. Michael Davis says, you can have a girlfriend and a boyfriend in Thailand. In Thailand. Oh my God. Ew. One of them little lady boys. Y'all messed up. Thailand's like the real life version of VR chat, except people can't afford really nice avatars. Ew, dude. Anyway, number 20. My 13-pound ginger cat always had to be near me. Some of the doors in my house didn't latch, and he learned to open them by using his body as a battering ram. Okay, fine. So one day, I'm in a closed room with a door that does latch, and I hear the doorknob rattle. It rattles for a bit, then it turns, and the cat pops the door open with his weight and saunters in. I miss him. Oh, he dead, baby. That cat is dead, baby. My name is Cleveland Brown. Number 20 has a response that I might as well read. We adopted a stray kitten, Spike. Spike treated our home like a gym and planned out an obstacle course. Damn.
Buy a ticket to Thailand. Start an IRL Twitch stream of yourself bing-bonging all the ladyboys.
Why you gotta be ladyboys, Jesus? You know what I mean? Why does it have to be ladyboys? What you mean at like it would matter? I'm not gonna be bing-bonging anybody for no IRL stream in freaking Thailand. I would take y'all on a tour around that bitch and be like, God damn, this place scary as hell. Look, I don't want to be traveling nowhere. You want to know what I would do? I would buy, you know how we can buy drones these days? I would buy like a real life bot that is indistinguishable enough from a normal looking dude to hopefully not get, you know, too many people's attention, and just send them out as like a pretty much a humanoid looking camera to interact with shit. It would be like, that's how we really want to be living the world. They need to be making a lot of I don't know, mobile mannequins that we can just put cameras in and then go out and interact with other people. That should be dope, son. That shit would be dope. Oh, my mobile mannequin got hit by a car. Some crazy shit. Be pretty interesting stuff. What am I talking about? So the response to this says, we adopted a stray kitten, Spike. Spike treated our home like a gym and planned out an elaborate obstacle course. Elaborate. Every time I say it, it sounds stranger. He would plan out an obstacle course that he'd run for 4 to 6 hours a day, constantly. He was training and bulking up, and for what I have no idea, I never pet a cat as strong and muscular as Spike was. He liked to open doors by ramming them. Normally he would never close our doors. Normally we would never close our doors. We would just crack them. Because we wanted privacy, but we always knew that the cats weren't going to leave us alone until they could get in. Normally I'd hear from Spike a war cry, this adorable and loud and high-pitched chirp, his paws hitting the ground in a powerful equine gallop, and then a loud smash. No, that's a slam. The door would wobble open and he'd walk in, tail in the air and victorious at using his skull like a battering ram. Except one day the door was closed. Cue up his battle scream, his forepaws striking with a miniature Poseidon's shaking of the earth, and a loud wham. The door didn't budge, and he was dazed. He was dumb. But he learned an important lesson that day. Sometimes opening doors with your head isn't the smartest thing to do. What is this, a Pixar short? You're kidding me. Get the hell out of here. It's a good thing that this isn't more popular. I'd have to deal with somebody trying to draw this stupid muscular cat. What was the cat's name? Spike. Oh my god. And then you know what they do? They probably put Spike's hair from Cowboy Bebop on there. Ooh, if any of you are hearing this and you consider yourself an artist, do not shame yourself by drawing this, okay? We are moving on. I'm sorry for reading it. Thank God this channel ain't popular, because if every list that we read had fucking fan art, we would be in so much trouble. You know what I mean? This channel would be
I had a
struck.
party at my house a few weeks
God,
ago.
I didn't take it off.
I've always hated the idea of excluding it.
Forgive me, I didn't take off the dubbed over or organic meditations from the list. We are going down the final 19 on this list of 40 insanely smart things pets did. I feel like I may have read 10 too many, but I do this for you, the people. I'm kidding. So number 19 reads, there was a time when coming back from a trip, the balls of my feet were swollen and it hurt going up and down the stairs. My cat, that little shit, would actually imitate me by limping up and down the stairs, taking the steps one at a time while meowing pitifully. I swear if he could talk, he would have said something like, see, this is how stupid you look. Oh my god. Fucking cat. Kotala said the final 19. Shut up, bitch. Awkward number to say that. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying it on all of them now just to piss you off, alright? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the final 18. And it reads as follows. Well, just number 18. Not all of them read as follows, but just we are on the final 18 of this list. Number 18. He has to take antibiotics for 10 days, and they are pills. In the beginning, I was wondering why he wasn't getting better. It turns out the little asshole was keeping them in his cheek or under his tongue and spitting them out under the closet. So now I hold him until he swallows and then I check his mouth. It's really one of those things that I wish I could explain to him. Why I am torturing him with the eye drops and painkillers and whatnot. You are a senior citizen and you have a severe cold. Stop spitting things out. On the other hand, he has never scratched or bitten me, just struggles and pulls away. He is a very sweet cat. And somebody else is like, senior citizen made me laugh. Fucking unbelievable. Senior citizen. Is anybody in the stream chat getting their jollies from me saying that? Senior citizen? Not me saying it so much as this person writing it. Oh man, what a fun way to put it. I can't wait to knit this into my quilt. Ugh. Ugh. I really like Star-Lord, so I'm gonna knit myself a quilt. I call it Peter Quilt. You get it? Oh. Number 17. As we arrive at the final 17 on this list. Number 17. I went to the toilet and found my cat there having a shit. I'm surprised he wasn't reading the fucking newspaper. Oh my god. Oh my god. So here we go. Number 16. Rock in a rocking chair. I thought my living room was haunted for weeks. I like the idea of like an animal just in a rocking chair, like, and you're like, what the fuck? I would. Do you think that there's YouTube videos of a dog in a rocking chair? Let's see. Let's see here. Dog in rocking chair. Of course, it's a Vine. Oh, well, this is a different. Oh my god, they got it on television. This was 6 years ago. Oh my god. Let me look up a GIF. Dog in rocking chair. Yeah. I like this one better. Yes. Ooh, isn't this Julia Louis-Dreyfus? Why? Oh my god. Why when I type in dog in a rocking chair does Elaine come up? That's fucked up. Here go a panda. That's fine too. Okay, that is not a lot of motion, my man. So this dude's bracing himself like this is the wildest roller coaster he's ever been on. My god. Oh boy. What's going on here? Ooh. Fucking kids, dude. What do you need to be that close for? Were you called over, you idiot? He really looks like he's just charging in there for nothing. Like this is stage. Come get kicked in the face. My favorite is my man in the back. Like, there you go again. God damn. What can you do? Maybe this will teach him next time. Oh my god. Number 15. Speaking of rock in a rocking chair, my man Jesus said that kid just got rocked. You know what I mean? Oh my god. As we travel to the final 15 on this list, here we are. At number 15, while he was sitting on the carpet, looked at me and winked. You little asshole. Yeah, with a delivery like that, I could have a kabillion subscribers. God damn. And now we go to the final 14. Not mine, but my mother had 2 cats in Hawaii before I was born. She would tell stories about how one, Ipo, was very intelligent, and the other, Popoki, was a dumb as a bag of rocks. There's the rocks again. I'm sensing a theme. They made a great pair. She would talk about how they'd be playing out back, and she would call them in for dinner. Ipo would immediately show up, but Popoki would be lost in her very small backyard. She would just look up at Ipo and say, Ipo, go get Popoki. And Ipo would run out and guide Popoki into the house and to his food dish so that they could have dinner. Ipo and Popoki. What fucking amazing names. So the same sort of thing if she had no idea where Popoki was. She would just call Ipo to find him, and then Ipo would go search the house and bring Popoki to her. Cute. Oh my god. Mother. God damn. Someone says, I love this story. It would make an amazing short animation. Great. Now there may be middle-aged women that watch me and I can't rob them of the heartwarming and wholesome experience that is this corny-ass story. Like that's what I'm all about reading or something in the heat of the... I had a similar issue. Across from my house is a preschool with a garden. It's got a few nice, mature trees in it. I didn't think there was any way for my cats to get in it because the fence was fairly cat-proof. My boy, Totoro, always preferred being free to roam. He'd hang out inside with me happily, but would freak out if his access to the outside was hampered. Calcifer, my younger boy, had only lived in the house and was nearly a year old before he was brave enough to try the cat flap. Getting him to go outside was an ordeal and a half! One night at 2 a.m., Totoro wakes me up by batting my face. I go to pet him, but he dodges out of reach, really insistent that I get up. I go to check his food bowl, but he goes to the cat flap and hops in and out several times, waiting for me to follow him. I throw on my robe and unlock the patio door to follow him through. He runs straight over to the preschool fence and shows me that Calcifer has not only got into the garden, but he's stuck in a tree. It's 2 a.m. The garden is locked up tight. I can only try to lure Calcifer down and out the way he came, wherever that was. I call for him. I fetch a pot of treats to shake at him. Totoro cries at him. He comes down the tree shakily, but fine. As soon as he's on the ground, Totoro takes off around the side of the fence. I hadn't explored this part before, but I follow him, and he shows me the gate and the bent part of the fencing that's just big enough for a cat to get in. I understand that we're on part 2 of Calcifer's rescue and start calling him again. He's crying back to us, but won't walk towards us. At some point, I realize that it's 2:30 a.m., and I'm on the preschool's CCTV cameras in my dressing gown. Cool. Calcifer eventually creeps towards the gate, but won't come through or get close enough for me to grab him. Totoro slips through the hole and goes to reassure Calcifer. He goes in and out of the garden a few times to show Calcifer that it's okay. No dice. He's still not moving. Eventually, I accept that he could leave if he wanted to. He's not locked in or stuck in a tree anymore, and if he really won't leave by himself, I'll come by when the gates are unlocked. Totoro seems to know this before I do and trots off back home, making sure I'm following him. He waits while I lock the patio door again, follows me to my room, and basically tucks me into bed. I tell him to look after Calcifer, and he kind of nods and leaves. 3 hours later, I hear a loud victory yowling and the cat flap repeatedly opening. I hop out to see what's going on and find Totoro headbutting Calcifer through the cat flap door. I think he spent all night trying to get my beautiful idiot back to safety at home. And someone says,
I love this story. It would make an amazing short animation.
And someone else says,
Great idea! We should call it something like My Neighbor Totoro.
fucking hell. Gotta put up with this shit. It's a good thing Jesus is here, giving me the strength to go on. My man Wings is streaming, and can I tell y'all something? There's this dude named Wings of Redemption. He's a really chunky guy that streams, and oh my god, the internet is just having a blast teasing him. And it's really fucked up because, you know, he's the type of guy that instead of just not giving them fuel for that fire, he'll react in exactly the way that you want somebody to react when you press their buttons. And worst off, he kind of deserves what's coming at him because he'll punish his fans, and people will donate and sub to him and be there for him and give him their support, and he'll just spit in their face and make it clear that he's all about money and blah blah blah. It's really awful. But the comedy is, now he's losing subscribers, or viewers I should say, when he streams on Twitch to a YouTube streamer who just live streams his own streams on YouTube. But the reason that's more appealing to the people who want to just watch is because the chat isn't censored, you know? And Wings wants to ban any and everybody that says anything. It's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh boy, you know, what can you say? As we travel to the final 13 of this list. 13 reads, when I was younger, I lost a watch that I really loved. Around that time, my cat developed a habit of using his front paws to reach under the fridge and just scramble around under there like crazy. He was seriously obsessed and did that for almost a year, until one night he pulled out a tray that had been under the fridge, and on it was my watch. And that he never touched the fridge again. He was a good boy.
Wow, what a good boy.
That's my boy. Somebody says that cat totally winged it there in the first place. He just wanted it back. Probably to do it again too. Number 12. Woke me up and brought me outside to under the deck, where he very obviously showed me the cat that got out and was hiding under there. He looked at the cat, then back at me, then at the cat, then back at me. Brilliant. Brilliant. Number 11. I had a cat once who knew that to get water from the faucet in the sink, she would tap on the handle, not the faucet, and then look at me. If she had opposable thumbs, she would have turned it herself. Other cats would just look at the faucet and wait. She also would leap on her brother if he started to scratch the edge of the sofa to get him to stop, knowing that it wasn't allowed. She also not only recognized herself in the mirror, but would use it to groom the hair on the back of... No, the hair on her back that she couldn't see otherwise. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Number 10. I had a cat that had a rudimentary. I had a cat that had a rudimentary system of communication. When she was hungry, she would walk in the room and sort of lick her lips, if you will, flicking her tongue in and out a few times, and then I'd follow her to the kitchen. She always wanted to claim my computer chair for herself, but I wouldn't let her sit on it. So one day she comes in my bedroom, licks her lips, turns towards the door, and as I get up to follow her in, she gave a little triumphant chirp, whipped round at the speed of light, and jumped on my now vacant chair, then curled up in the middle and proceeded to groom her fur while looking very pleased with herself. I was tricked by a cat. Just scoop that dumbass cat up and get them fuck off the chair. And that cat would be all like... Number 9. My friend's dog knows he's not allowed onto one very specific carpeted area in the house, and he knows never to step in that area. How does he like to be a smartass about it? He grabs his favorite toy, casually tosses it onto said carpet area, looks at us, and gives us the, well, my toy's there and I have to step onto carpet to get it. He does it so slowly and so deliberately that you know he's being a complete smartass about it. I can't help but laugh every time he does it, which is often. He typically does it when he's desperate. Oh my God. He typically does it when he's desperate for our play because he knows he'll get a laugh and a positive reaction out of it. Oh, he's playing
Give me a second,
Fallout.
guys. Gotta fill out this copyright form.
He's filling out a copyright form because he's salty about the fact that, this person is restreaming his own stream right now. And it's funny because, like I said, they typically get more views than he does because he's a renegade in his own chat, where even people who support him and our sponsors get banned because they simply say something that he doesn't like and they never allow them the opportunity to explain. With me in this stream chat, I really don't care what you say. Just don't spam too hard. I want people who are here to feel like they have the same opportunity as you to comment and have their things be written or read, I should say, without immediately flying off. I mean, I don't even care if it would happen that frequently, so much as just like creating and you know the analogy I always use about people peeing in the pool. I don't want people to show up, look at the stream chat and go, man, this is autistic. I might as well just not say anything. Whereas I want them to feel welcome. Oh, somebody said this is way better than his chat. You see what I'm saying? Way better. Oh boy. Unlike fake surgery, man. Ooh, because he takes his donations and he's gonna get like a fat guy surgery in Mexico, or so he's been saying for years and actually hasn't done it. But this isn't me educating you about some of the people who are making a spectacle of themselves on the internet. That's drama for other people, I suppose. We're going to continue up this list of 40 insanely smart things that pets did. You guys like that thumbnail? Look at that dumbass cat and that dog. He's wearing a little tie. Silly. Mallory Gallery throws her hands up in the air, throws her hands up in the hair of the cats. Number 8. I watched my Australian Shepherd problem solve how to get her tennis ball that got stuck under the furniture out by taking another tennis ball and rolling it to knock the stuck one out. She seemed very pleased with herself. Somebody said, my dog tried this once and then she had no tennis balls. Nice. Nice. Number 7. My cousin had a koi fish pond and 2 dogs. One night the dog started barking during the middle of the night, really loud and urgently, and they almost never bark at anything. My cousin and her parents knew something was weird and they went to check it out. One of the fish somehow managed to jump out of the pond and was flopping around next to the water on the concrete, and one dog was trying to help it back in the water with his nose, while the other was barking for my cousin or her parents to help. Once they watched them place the fish in the water, they went back to the kennels to sleep. Oh. They would watch the pond a lot from then on. That is so cute. Some dogs are so cute. You guys are all right. Somebody said, they said those classes in fish herding would never pay off, and all he could do was teach, perpetuating the cycle. Wow. Riri says, I want to get a tie for my cat to annoy him. Yeah, you put anything on the cat, they'll just lose it. They'll be like, God damn it. Number 6. I had a really bad day and was in my room crying. My cockatiel Stormageddon. You named an animal that, dude. What does that say about you? Okay, my cockatiel Stormageddon started screaming from his cage, so I got him out. He jumped onto my shoulder, put his head on my cheek, and started saying, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, over and over again. I say that to him when he freaks out in his cage at night, and I didn't realize he could tell that I was sad and say it back to me, to comfort me, like I comfort him, let alone say it at all. I wonder if cockatiels are the ones that, like, I know some kind of birds are, where, like, if you leave them alone, they'll pull their own feathers out because they're lonely, and that's so sad, you know? They're so sad. Jeez. What's going on in the chat here? Is this dude really filling out a DMCA takedown to try and stop this other guy streaming his channel? Funny stuff. Let's go ahead and speed this up to double. Well, almost double.
I just got here, but yeah.
Stop. Somebody said, I'm looking here and I'm listening. All they do is just quote this dude's meme at him. Y'all should look up a Wings of Redemption video later. Shout out to the Discord. Shout out to Sean Ranklin. I find this most enjoyable. Cheers. Oh, God. All right. Number 5 is something that you... Whoa, no. You haven't read this yet. So give me a second. Jesus says, low tier God is hilarious. I don't know anything about that asshole. The only people that I can relatively enjoy people poking fun at is Darkside Phil, still, and of course Wings of Redemption, because they both bring it on themselves, man. They are pretty sad. They are whining in a way that you can't even handle. Number 5, I have a chocolate lab and a black cat. My dog loves tennis barrels. My cat doesn't want my dog to be happy. Oh, what a way to say it. So he would sit on her tennis balls like a chicken hatching an egg. One morning, I was getting ready for work and my dog is barking at my cat because he's sitting on her tennis ball. I thought, all right, asshole, that's it. And I went to the closet and got 3 cans of the tennis balls, opened them, and tossed them around the apartment. My cat seemed unmoved and My cat seemed unmoved as my dog yelped in glee at her newly found fortune. I left for work, and when I got back home that evening, I hear my dog barking in the dining room. When I get there, I see all 10 tennis balls in the corner, guarded by my cat. and my dog barking at him. He looked me in the eyes and said, "Fuck you, I win again." That bastard. 10 tennis balls? How can a cat go gather rolling balls, okay, while a dog doesn't have access to one of them? Dude, you know? How? Come on. The cat deserved it. I mean, the dog deserved it. That's so wrong. My cat doesn't want my dog to be happy. It's like some women, you know what I'm talking about? Number 4. My brother was sitting at the table eating cake when he hears our dog barking at the front door. He gets up to check it out, and then our dog sprints back to the unsupervised cake and eats it all in one bite. That motherfucker. So it's that misdirection, you know what I mean? Number 3, when I lived with my ex, we got a cat that would occasionally come make pitifully adorable tiny mews outside my bedroom door. When she wanted attention, usually it was 50-50, wanting to be cuddled or wanting me to shake the food bowl so that she couldn't see the bottom. Needy ass cat. One time she sounded a lot more urgent than usual, and I went and opened the door and she ran off. Okay, not cuddles. I followed her down the stairs and she turned left into the dining room instead of right into the kitchen where her food was. Okay, what's up? She went to the middle of the floor and sat down, staring at a window. It took me a couple of seconds to realize that the bird feeder, usually suction cupped to the outside, was missing, and she was very distressed about it. I went outside and put it back on the window, and she jumped on the stool by the window to watch me do it. When I went back in, I walked back into the dining room. She looked over her shoulder at me, then jumped down, ran over, rubbed against my legs for a few seconds, then went back and jumped back on the stool again, waiting for the birds to show up. That's adorable. Like she knew that if that shit wasn't out there, that them birds wouldn't come, and that the cat loved watching the birds. Or something. Number 2. My dog has epilepsy. Man, I don't know if some of y'all have been here long enough to remember some of the videos that I used to watch on this channel. Some girls used to get mad at those videos. Ooh, I didn't make them. I would just include them in the video. Pretty messed up stuff. Anyway, my dog has epilepsy, so he has to take a pill every morning. I broke it in half and put it in his food and let him go at it. I checked a few minutes later and I see the bowl is completely empty except for one of the halves left in the center. I walk into the living room where he was, looked at him and said, "Forget something," as a joke. He looked at me, got up, went back to his bowl and ate the pill in front of me. That fucker knows what's up. You should be wrapping your fucking pills in something, dude. Somebody said I put the pill in wet food for my cat. And come on. No, wait, this is another story. I put the pill in wet food for my cat. It was an antibiotic, and I jokingly said, "You don't even know that I just tricked you to take the medication you need." He stopped eating, looked at me, left a loud meow, and went to behind the curtain. I jinxed myself. I had to force feed him for the rest of the prescription. The cat is smart. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the end of this list. And I hope you've all had a fantastic day. Because it's about to get real. I want to thank all of you for being here. If you haven't liked the video so far, do that for me. I appreciate you. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for just showing up. Hope you had a good time. And you can expect to see me tomorrow at the same damn time. Naturally. I want to thank my sponsors. Oh my god. And I want to thank my hot boy gangster patrons. What a bucket of bing bong. That aside, a portion of my lip was throbbing. That was interesting. Sorry. On top of that, I also want to thank Redra for their donation, and Jesus, as usual, for his hot boy awesome donation. Just like Redra's was. Come on. and I appreciate you all. But here we are finishing off this list with number 1 on the list of 40 insanely smart things that pets did. My cat Tuffy stole a piece of bread off of the stove and put it on the floor next to the cabinet. She then stared at it intensely and motionlessly for an hour. We thought that was creepy. Then a mouse came out from behind the cabinet to get the bread, and she pounced on it. She was using the bread as motherfucking bait. This is the same cat who routinely burns her tongue licking light bulbs, hisses at them, and then keeps licking. Well, there you go. Someone says, genius, but the light bulb thing reminds me why we never have candles in the house. Our old black cat and white cat would be mesmerized by them. They would creep closer and closer to the flame and then burn their whiskers. He didn't learn, so the next time we had a flame, he did it again. No more candles in the house. To which, of course, Poem for Your Sprog responds, my name is Cat, and when it dark, or when I sit and see the spark that lights the space, I like to crouch. I lean in close. I like the ouch. Oh my god. This is really similar to one of his old ones, man. And since some of y'all are so new, I want to find that one. Because I fucking missed that one. I wish I know which one. Okay, whoa. This is it. This is the one. These are the ones that get the okay. No, let me open it like this so I give you the context. Hold up. Let me get that context. Okay. So these are the ones. Health inspectors of Reddit, what's the worst violation that you've ever seen? Someone writes, my stepdad used to be a baker in an authentic recreation of an 18th century New French fortress. Because they sell bread to the public, the health inspector came by and she was ripping into my stepdad for violations like the stonework walls, the doorless entryways, or the lack of a mosquito zapper. He pointed out that they were following the highest standards except for things that would destroy the authenticity of an 18th century bakery. The health inspector relented and agreed to give him a pass after verifying the food storage area was secure. They went to the shed, which was a doorless building attached to the bakery, and as the health inspector went in, there happened to be an escaped cow licking all of the loaves of bread. Damn it. My stepdad could only say, honestly, this never happens. They passed the health inspection. Poem for Your Sprog responds, my name is Cow, and when it's night, or when the moon is shining bright, and all the men have gone to bed, I stay up late. I lick the bread. Oh my god. I lick the bread. Bruh. What gets your ass out of bed faster than anything? The sound of a little girl screaming in my garden. It turns out my dog was licking a mole, and the mole did not enjoy this. Someone says, that's terrifyingly hilarious. Poem for Your Sprog responds, my name is Dog, and when I see a little pal, a friend for me, beneath the ground, inside the hole, I come up close, I lick the mole. What? So yes, there have been 3 variations of the same type of fucking poem from Poem for Your Sprog. That motherfucker. Am I dying? Shit. So that was that list, guys. You may be interested in why there wasn't a more interesting list tonight, and that's because, do you think strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is a good basis for a system of government? Why or why not? That's the top question on Ask Reddit right now. Or this one. What do people take entirely too seriously? I'm sure we could knock out literally 5 of these in under 10 seconds. When a celebrity gives their opinion on anything, small inconveniences, like someone cutting you off in traffic, kids' sporting events, your son is 5, Janet, there's no need to start fights with the coach, the obvious, the opinions of some intangible person on the internet. Yeah, I really get bent out of shape of some bullshit. Deep meanings and little things. Come on now. Oh boy. Guys, I love you. And I hope that you all have a fantastic evening or day, whatever time it may be for you. Still can't believe that the Senate voted in favor of keeping net neutrality. That's dope. Someone says, how dare you drive the speed limit when I'm late to something due to my own poor time management skills? Hilarious. Farming explained in today's world. Farming, the art of losing money while working 400 hours a month to feed people who think you are trying to kill them. Look at this bitch in the background. He brings me beer. I steal his pen. Jerry is my favorite bartender. Seventh grade in a nutshell. Is this a shower? Oh, that's too real. Oh, okay. Guys, if you need me, Discord, Snapchat, whatever you want to do. I believe in you. Maybe you'll see me later. Maybe I'll take a night to be a loser off stream, you know? I should do more shit on Twitch. So if you're not subscribed on Twitch, go to, you know, I should get you that link myself, huh? Like a good douche. Let me see here. twitchtv.kl. There is the link. Go be subscribed to that. Click a bell or something so it notifies you and everything. What? And you guys can catch me when it's time to get funky monkey. I love you. I hope you enjoyed this tonight. And I'll try to get funky tomorrow. Stay amazing. Assisted suicide turns into murder. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. This isn't real. What the hell? Is this like bungee jumping? What's going on here? Somebody says she does not appear to be strapped to anything. Oh no, her feet have a bungee cord attached. Okay. Yeah, she'll be alright. It's not people dying. Oh boy. A dog skinned alive. They're like Hannah's dumb little dogs. There's an army of them that Hannah has. Oh boy. Ruthless cat beats the shit out of a tiny. Sketch Gamer, thank you for that Twitch follow, man. I appreciate you. What a pretty little cat. Well. You! Oh my god. That cat ain't in the mood for that bullshit. What the fuck? Wait, Zombie Doll wasn't subscribed? That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. Wow. I love it. The dog thinks that he's dropping the food on the ground. But there's a glass. Bruh. Why is he keep looking at the ground like he... Oh, oh my god. What's going on with this dog? Oh man. Okay, help. Oh, we've seen this. The dog's like licking the shadow instead of the water. That poor dog. Okay. All right, sorry, lost myself for a couple of seconds. Hope you guys have a great evening. But I mean, should I stream something? Stream what? The next time I stream a game, what should it be? You guys type it into the chat and we'll go from there. Okay? You know what I own. So what should it be the next time I stream something? Just tell me what it should be, man. Tell me what it should be. You know we got that Fortnite, bruh. You know there's some of that Overwatch, I guess, still. Even though I need to tone that down until the stupid little event comes out. There's a bit of that Heavy Rain. Oh yeah, we started Pokemon. I forgot all about that. How about the first thing that I see get 4 people down with it will be what I stream next for a game. So there's one God of War, one Heavy Rain, a Minecraft. Ugh. I don't even have Bayonetta. One for Pokemon. Wait, no, 2 Heavy Rains. Wow, didn't expect that to get any votes. So that's 2 for Heavy Rain. After what you guys want it to be. Just tell me. My god, Zombie Doll says Heavy Rain now, so that's 3 for Heavy Rain, dude. Stripe says she paid for Minecraft. Oh no. Well, that's gotta come regardless then. Oh god. That can't be more than like 30 minutes, right? So 3 for Heavy Rain? That's what people are wanting, man? Damn. Hazel says, what about Final Fantasy? You know I've never finished Final Fantasy 15? I never finished it. Doggies. 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 Is he falling asleep? Oh, here it is. Kotala says, I love walking around as Prompto. I didn't know that you could switch people now. I haven't played Final Fantasy 15 in a long time. And I should boot it up because everything's downloaded to the new, Oh, look at doggies. Wow. 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 Those are good doggies. Wow. 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 That's impressive, right? Wow. Okay, so I guess heavy rain. If only 3 of you, Redra says skip to the Sean screaming glitch from Heavy Rain, man. Ridiculous. I can't believe it, but that's what you want, so that's what you'll get. Oh, guys. So look out for that. You know, I may even stream it in the middle of the night, so I apologize in advance. Or I could do it, save it for tomorrow if that's what you want. Up to you guys. Up to you guys. That cat. Oh boy. Michael says tomorrow. So we'll see what I can do tonight. And then, you know, we'll make shit happen. Don't wait up. I love you. Talk to you soon. Stay amazing. Bye.